Well, I read an account of his life. It was quite an interesting book, but it said he suffered really quite badly from a skin complaint. Naturally, I picked up my ears, and they said that he couldn't find a place to rest. He couldn't lie down. He couldn't walk. For 3 weeks at one point, he was totally unable to work, totally unable to think. But I thought, the skin complaint they said that he was suffering from was just boils. Well, boils are a bit of a nuisance, but they're not that bad. And I looked at Marx's letters over a period of about 9 years. Bit tedious, but you could see from these letters he gets them in the groins, he gets them around the anus, and then very diagnostically under the arms. Now, this distribution only occurs in one disease. It's a thing called hidradenitis suppurativa, a rather terrible, unpronounceable name.
It sounds as though it's very debilitating physically.
Absolutely. Here's, for example, an armpit. It's scarred where there's been repeated episodes. It never really stands still.
Did we know when he developed this?
The first traces I found in the letters was in his early 40s. We know it starts in the early 20s. The average age is about 21, 22.
So we think that this affected him psychologically?
When the skin is evolved, our self-image changes. It produces a self-loathing. And Marx had this by the gallon. In a letter here, he writes, "I took a sharp razor and lanced the cur myself." Yeah. How can you do that? Yeah. He regarded his disease as foreign to him.
Some have suggested that this condition would have added to Marx's sense of alienation.